Listen and practice.
Jan loves animals. He wants a pet. There is only one problem. His family lives in a very small apartment. He begs his parents to let him have a puppy. But his father says, "A puppy is small, but puppies grow into big dogs. We have no space for a dog." So, Jan asks for a kitten. His mom looks at her son. She wants him to have a pet, but the apartment is so small. "We cannot get a kitten either," she says. "Kittens become cats, and cats are big." Jan is sad, but he understands. Then, one day, he comes home from school and sees something on his table. It's a bowl filled with water. Inside is a pretty little goldfish. It is swimming around and around. Jan laughs with joy. Now, Jan has a pet. He calls his goldfish Goldie. Goldie is his very best friend.
Listen and practice.
Today in school, we learned something amazing. Nearly 2,500 people in Canada go blind each year because they injure their eyes. Our eyes weigh only 28 grams, but they are really important. Imagine what it would be like if you could not see. Luckily, our bodies are designed to protect our eyes. Our eyebrows keep salty sweat from running into our eyes. Our eyelashes keep dirt from getting into our eyes. And tears wash away any dirt that gets past our eyelashes. Want to hear something amazing? We blink our eyes 10 million times a year. Each time we blink, a little water enters our eyes and washes dust and dirt away. Did you know that you cannot sneeze with your eyes open? It's true. Next time you feel a sneeze coming, see if you can keep your eyes open while you sneeze. You won't be able to.
Listen and practice.
When I was a little girl, I was afraid of the wind. It made lots of noise and made everyone feel cold. "I don't like wind," I told my father. Father smiled. One day, as the wind was blowing strongly, I cried, "Look at the trees! They are all bent. I think it's trees that cause wind. Let's cut down all the trees. Then there will be no more wind." Father laughed. He told me that trees don't create wind. Instead, trees slow down the wind. "But where does the wind come from?" I asked. "It comes from the air. Moving air is wind. Air and wind are part of the natural world, explained my father. Without wind, the hot areas would be too hot, and the cold areas would be too cold. It would be a big problem for our world. I still get nervous when a strong wind blows, but I always remember the way my father took the time to explain it to me.
Listen and practice.
Little Henry really likes fishing. He and his dad spend a lot of time fishing on the river. Most times, Henry catches fish and throws them back into the river. Sometimes he has a competition with Dad to see who can catch the biggest fish. It is Saturday again. Henry sits on the riverbank for almost an hour. Still, no fish bite. His dad smiles and says, "Fishing is a sport. It exercises your patience." No problem. Henry loves fishing, even when he is not catching fish. He enjoys the river. He loves watching the birds on the water. Suddenly, Henry feels something. He feels a tug at the end of the fishing rod. "Dad, it's a big one!" Henry cries. His dad comes to help. Henry pulls and pulls. In his mind, he imagines a huge fish. Finally, he brings it out of the water. But it is not a fish. It's a turtle.
Listen and practice.
Mr. Tan is 70 years old. He lives in a village in Vietnam. He worked hard all his life as a rice farmer, but now he is retired. He spends his days enjoying his old age. There is one thing you should know about Mr. Tan. Mr. Tan never went to school. When he was a boy, he had to go to work. Now, Mr. Tan has a dream. He wants to learn to read. He wants to read to his grandchildren. Last year, a new teacher came to the school in his village. The teacher opened a night class to teach adults to read. Of course, Mr. Tan signed up right away. Now he goes to school 2 nights a week. It is not easy, but already he can read more than 500 words. Mr. Tan is dreaming about the day he will be able to read to his grandchildren. It makes him very happy to think about it.
Listen and practice.
Becky loves to win. She wants to be the first in everything. One day, we were out biking. Becky was in front. It bothered me that my friend always had to be in charge. I felt angry. I started to pedal faster, and I passed her. Soon, she passed me again. When we reached a corner, I ran right into Becky. We both went flying and landed on the grass. I hurt my knee, and Becky's elbow was badly bruised. Our parents took us to the hospital. I felt terrible. I wanted to win so much that I cut across the lawn and we collided, I said. It's my fault, Becky said. Instead of letting you pass, I had to win. I'm sorry. I gave my best friend a hug. We had both grown up a little that day, but it was a painful lesson.
Listen and practice.
My grandma was coming for a visit on her birthday. What was so special about that? Grandma was turning 100 years old, but even more amazing, she was traveling by airplane. Mom says flying is not easy. What if Grandma got lost at the airport? What if she got sick on the plane? Many things could go wrong. We were nervous. We went to the airport early. Then we saw her. Grandma was with the pilot. He was smiling. Grandma waved. I ran to give her a hug. The pilot said, "When I heard she was coming to celebrate her 100th birthday, I knew how lucky I was. She is the oldest passenger I have ever had fly on my plane." I gave Grandma a big kiss. She smiled and said, "On my 101st birthday, maybe I will dive in the ocean." We all laughed. Grandma is not afraid of anything.
Listen and practice.
Mr. Slow and Mr. Fast are friends, but they are not the same. Mr. Slow always takes his time. He talks slowly, he walks slowly. He even takes a long time to eat. Mr. Slow is really slow. Mr. Fast is the opposite. He is always in a hurry. He talks fast. He walks fast. He even rushes when he eats. Mr. Fast is really fast. One day, the two men went to a restaurant. As usual, Mr. Fast ordered his food right away. Mr. Slow took a long time to decide what he wanted. Mr. Fast finished eating before Mr. Slow even got his meal. Still, Mr. Fast waited for his friend. "Take your time," he said quickly. "You are slow like a turtle. I am fast like a rabbit. But I can wait because you are my friend."
Listen and practice.
There are many kinds of hair. There is long hair and short hair. There is straight hair and curly hair. Some people have black or brown hair. Other people have red or blonde hair. Some people lose their hair when they get old. Other people's hair turns gray. It usually takes many years for a person's hair to turn gray. But something strange happened to my father. His hair was black when he went to bed. By morning, it had turned completely gray. Why? Dad had been feeling very stressed lately. He had lost his job. He was worried about his family. He was worried about paying the bills. He was worried about feeding us. He was worrying all the time. The doctor said that what happened to my dad does not happen often, but it does happen. Worry and stress are very bad. They can turn hair gray overnight.
Listen and practice.
Irene doesn't like it when her mother goes to work. Every day she begs her mom to stay home. Can you please stay home? Can you pick me up from school? Please, Mom. But her mother always says, "No, honey, I need to work." Irene doesn't understand. "Why?" she asks. Mom explains it to her. "We need money to pay for our food, house, car, books, and toys." I go to work to make money for us. Irene quickly replies, "No, Mom. When you need money, you just go to the bank to get it." Then she adds, "I saw that the other day." Mom laughs and says, "Yes, I can go to the bank to get money, but that's only possible once I have earned the money and put it in a bank account."